name is John, and I plan to be your one-stop shop for action movies, comic book movies, and the occasional horror movie reviews and rankings. And today we're talking about TV, and but it's still comic book media, and that is season 2 of The Boys. And personally, I was a huge fan of season 1. It's one of the few seasons I would give a 5 out of 5 to. And so does season 2 hold up? Well, let's just get started by talking about maybe really my only negative, and it's a small one at that. The individual episodes at times felt like they had too many storylines in them, and they felt scattershot. Even though by the end of the season-long arc does come together, but it does kind of frustrate me a little tiny bit when the individual episodes don't feel as focused as the actual season did. But like I said, it's not too much of a negative because the season-long arc does still feel more focused than the individual episodes did. And I think a thing that could have helped with that feeling of the episodes was you could have easily removed the Deep and A-Train from this season. There's only one thing that A-Train does that really contributes to this season, and it's at the end of the season, and it's really a scene and it's really only like 2 seconds of the season as well. And it could have easily just been written to where Huey and Starlight get a certain information in a different way by someone else or something. And the only thing the Deep contributed to this season was putting A-Train in the situation to where he could get that information. And so I think if you just take those two out, it gives you more time to focus the episodes and focus on the other characters, more important and more integral characters. But like I said, it's not too much of a negative. And so I guess we can move on and just talk about the villains. The villains are great. Homelander is always great. Anthony Starr does a terrific job at playing this character. And then onto Stormfront. I thought the performance was great, and she was written pretty well. I think the belief system that they used for the character is perfectly fine, but something with the backstory, and it's the same backstory and origin from her comics, but still, it felt lazy. It just felt like they were doing this thing to directly tie her origins to a specific racist group from the past, rather than just relying on your actual writing and dialogue and her belief system to come across as racism. It just felt lazy, like you didn't trust that aspect, and you're just saying, hey, she's tied to these people, so obviously she's racist, rather than actually letting her dialogues and the belief system she talks about portray that, which they do that with the dialogue and the belief systems and stuff. I just felt putting in that extra tie to her past and origins felt slightly lazy. But that's also a personal preference, because I'm also getting a little tired. I don't get tired of having racist villains because they make great villains. What I get tired of is tying them directly basically tying them directly to the bad guys from World War II. But let's move on and just talk about the Queen Maeve had a great story. They all had great stories, but the big standout for me was Kimiko's storyline. It starts off heartbreaking, and it's pretty heartbreaking story, and I just love the moments she has with Frenchie, especially towards the end, that they feel pretty heartwarming. And so she was just the big standout for me at the end. And overall, I don't necessarily think this season holds up to season 1. I feel like season 1, the episodes felt much more focused, whereas this one, the individual episodes felt scattershot, like in terms of the scenes themselves, rather than just having each episode be a specific focus. Season 2 still keeps all of the gore, cynicism, and raunchiness that made the first season great. And so overall, it's still like a great season of comic book and superhero television, deserving of a 4.5. Thanks for watching my video. If you've finished The Boys Season 2, go ahead and comment your thoughts down below. And go ahead and smash that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this season, this video, or just enjoyed me. And also smash that subscribe button if you want a one-stop shop for action movies, comic book media, and the occasional horror movie reviews and rankings. And always stay diabolical.